Hi everyone, welcome to the session on Madhya Pradesh PG Medical Counseling. Sorry for the delay, there was some delay, there was some technical difficulties. We'll just look at the Madhya Pradesh State Counseling today in detail, in fact in depth than what we had looked at for the earlier counselings. Madhya Pradesh has certain specific clauses and rules that you will have to remember. As far as in case you are a Madhya Pradesh domicile or an MBBS candidate, you would be eligible for the government quota seats. These become critical in picking up the seats and ensuring that you get the best seat. We'll be looking at the eligibility, the roundwise rules and regulations, the certificates required, and the application form filling, choice filling, and other details as well in the entire session. Joining, upgradation, and exit rules. Like we said, there are some minor differences with what are the rules in All India counseling or other state counselings. We'll also take you through that. Madhya Pradesh has a single state counselling for private institute seats as well as the government quota seats. We look at what states fall under Madhya Pradesh state counselling. 50% of the seats in the government institutes in Madhya Pradesh come under the Madhya Pradesh state quota counselling. And other than that, you have 100% of seats in the private medical colleges. All private medical college seats under Madhya Pradesh are under the Madhya Pradesh state counselling. So the 50% of seats are state quota government seats, and the 100% seats of private institutes come under the Madhya Pradesh counselling. What is the basic eligibility? The basic eligibility is exactly like you have in All India counselling. 50 percentile is the eligibility for UR or UWS candidates, and 40 percentile is the eligibility for OBC, SC, ST candidates. Note that Madhya Pradesh also follows a creamy layer based eligibility, but the categories may differ. Just because you filled in general category in All India, missed out the OBC NCL in All India, it is not that you will not be eligible for Madhya Pradesh state government quota in case you fall between 40 and 50 percentile. In case you fall between 40 and 50 percentile, OBC, SC, ST candidates of Madhya Pradesh are eligible for counseling. So this basically means irrespective of whatever you have given under your All India quota counseling, whether you fall under OBC, NCL under All India norms, the central norms, you will be eligible for Madhya Pradesh if you fall under OBC, SC, ST criteria of Madhya Pradesh. Now, just hold on. So, what is the ineligibility? See, after completing a diploma in a subject, the candidate is not eligible for degree or diploma in another subject for 2 years. Now, that is an ineligibility criteria that has been prescribed. Many of you won't fall under that. Similarly, after completion of a degree, you are not eligible for another degree or diploma for 3 years. So, this is a minor thing that you need to be aware of. As far as PWD candidates are concerned, 45% is the criteria. Now, eligibility for government quota seats is always a confusion in Madhya Pradesh, especially with respect to combining reservation as well. We'll first look at the eligibility for Madhya Pradesh government quota seats. You are at Madhya Pradesh domicile or a resident of Madhya Pradesh, that is called. If you are a Madhya Pradesh domicile, then you are eligible for Madhya Pradesh seats irrespective of the MBBS seat, MBBS state. Even if you are an FMG, foreign medical graduate, we had these queries in our Telegram group as well. Even if you are a foreign medical graduate, you are a domicile of Madhya Pradesh, then you will be eligible for the government quota seats of Madhya Pradesh. In addition to that, anybody who has done their MBBS from Madhya Pradesh is also considered to be a domicile of Madhya Pradesh through the MBBS criteria. One thing is, you will have to, in case you are an MBBS from Madhya Pradesh and you are not a domicile of Madhya Pradesh, you will have to submit as you will be eligible through your MBBS. But if you are claiming a domicile of Madhya Pradesh, you will have to submit a certificate saying that you have not claimed a domicile of Madhya Pradesh. Category 1, you will have to submit a certificate saying that you are not claiming domicile of any other state in any state counseling. That affidavit needs to be submitted, and only then you will be eligible as domicile of Madhya Pradesh. There are many candidates who ask queries like, I am a domicile of Rajasthan, I also can claim domicile in Madhya Pradesh. We don't know how that happens, but you will not be able to claim domicile of Madhya Pradesh in case you have already claimed it in another state government counseling. Now, Madhya Pradesh also follows a priority based allotment. The first two categories come under a single club priority. Every seat is allotted to them. After that, if there are vacant seats, those will be allotted to other state MBBS, other state domicile candidates. Madhya Pradesh, we call it as an open state. How is it an open state? In case no seats are available, are opted for by candidates in 1 or 2 here, then the seats will be allotted to other state MBBS candidates. How many seats were allotted last year? 9 or 10 seats were allotted in total, including NRI seats last year. When will this be allotted? Only in round 2 these seats will be allotted. From round 2 onwards, not in round 1. We'll come to that as well. So if you are an other state candidate looking for Madhya Pradesh, other state MBBS and the other state domicile candidate looking for Madhya Pradesh seats, note that there will be minimal seats available, and most of them would be non-clinicals or very few pathology or paraclinical seats in private institutes. Only one government institute seat was available for other state, other MBBS candidates, which was a biochemistry seat last year. Now, we are primarily running this session. So, for all MP MBBS or MP domicile candidates who are looking at government quota seats and private seats in Madhya Pradesh, for whom 99.9% of seats would be allotted. Now, the seats and eligibility, Madhya Pradesh, before we go into that, in case you are an other state candidate, other state MBBS or other state domicile candidate, we are not saying that don't apply. Apply in case you are interested, but with less hopes. Seats and eligibility, Madhya Pradesh, the seat split in Madhya Pradesh go this way. One, government seats, very clearly we know that MBBS from Madhya Pradesh or permanent resident of Madhya Pradesh are eligible, including FMGs who are permanent resident of Madhya Pradesh and who have done their graduation outside India. 50% of the state government seats come under this category. Madhya Pradesh private seats, MBBS, again MBBS from Madhya Pradesh or permanent resident of Madhya Pradesh are eligible primarily. This is the first priority. In case seats are not available, from the second round, other state MBBS plus domicile candidates will be eligible. Only after Madhya Pradesh, either MBBS or MP domicile candidates are allotted. Now here, there was a confusion last year. What was the confusion? This set of seats, 85% of private institute seats, MP initially brought up this notification saying that 50% will be equivalent to government fee based on the NMC Act based notification, office memorandum that was shared saying 50% of private institute seats will come under the government fee structure, which is basically half of this, which is 42.5%. Now, but what happened is, this entire thing was shot down at the Madhya Pradesh High Court, and the Supreme Court basically stopped the entire execution of that NMC office memorandum, and so it did not happen in Madhya Pradesh. Don't need to go into details. Basically, it is not. Till there is a reversion of the Supreme Court order, this is not applicable. The current fee fixed by fee regulatory committee will be applicable. Admissions and fee regulatory committee will be applicable for Madhya Pradesh, which is around 13 lakhs to 18 lakhs for clinical seats. Now, Madhya Pradesh private seats, there are also NRI quota seats. Similarly, first preference is Madhya Pradesh MBBS or Madhya Pradesh residents. Both are clubbed under the same priority. And if not, from round 2, other state MBBS plus domicile candidates are eligible. We'll look at that too in detail. First, we'll finish off the NRI quota so that whoever is looking at NRI quota can skip the rest of the session. It is exactly as per norms laid out by the Supreme Court in the deemed university case. The documents claiming, the documents that are required should be passport or OCA card in case the candidate is an OCA candidate, and NRI certificate by the embassy in original. Notarized affidavit by the signed by the candidate and by the sponsor is also required, and a notarized affidavit by the legal guardian in case it is by a legal guardian, which is mentioned in the PG pro forma itself. This is a 1,000 rupees stamp paper. This is an additional thing that Madhya Pradesh asks for. So just check on this where the relationship is mentioned. The pro forma will be shared. Last year's pro forma is also available under the resources section in ZyNerd. You can go ahead and check that. In case you are not able to get that, just send across a mail. If you are a ZyNerd subscriber, we will get you all the information. And the NRI or OCA sponsorship certificate duly notarized in the country of residence. It is very clearly mentioned in the country of residence, so you can get it from the country of residence of your sponsor. This is also a minor change. Now, the candidate should be above 50 percentile, and candidates should be the candidates who apply for NRI are also eligible for the open category unreserved seats. Note, it is open category unreserved seats. No reservation is applicable in NRI seats. Reservation, this is the reservation pattern. all seats carry reservation, including private seats. All seats carry this reservation, except that EWS reservation is not applicable in private institutes. If you are looking, if you are an EWS candidate eligible for government quota under MP MBBS under MP domicile, then you will be eligible for EWS seats in the government quota, but there are no EWS seats in private institutes, so that reservation does not apply. The reservation is only for MP state domicile candidates. Many candidates who are MP MBBS from Uttar Pradesh, from Gujarat, Rajasthan ask us whether they will be able to claim EWS, OBC, SC, ST reservation. No, you will not be able to claim. You will have to get a certificate from the MP authority, which will not be possible unless you are a domicile of Madhya Pradesh. So only if you are a domicile of Madhya Pradesh, you will be able to claim reservation in Madhya Pradesh. 5% horizontal reservation is applicable for PWD candidates. State in-service candidates have a reservation of 30% in all medical college seats. So this is in addition to the 10, 20, 30% which is for rural, remote and difficult areas. So this reservation and this seat categorization is also present in Madhya Pradesh. And NRI seats we have already discussed. Note that NRI, other domicile NRI candidates, other state NRI candidates who are not MBBS from Madhya Pradesh can also apply, but only from round 2. After all the Madhya Pradesh MBBS or domicile candidates are allotted, you will be eligible for seats. I think around 3 or 4 seats were allotted. Clinical seat was allotted under NRI. Check the data. Still, if you wish to take a chance, you can apply for it. We are not saying don't apply, but know that this is how it works. Applications, it is a simple application. You go to dme.mponline.gov.in, create the profile, and then a secret key will be shared, and create a profile with the roll number and the secret key, and enter your basic details and the bank account details. Bank account details will be necessary because in case there is a refund, they'll have to send across the refund to your bank account. And after registration, enter your domicile, category and PWD NRI status. Don't miss the domicile part. If you are an MP domicile, whether or not you are an MP MBBS, enter your MP domicile, and only then you will be able to be eligible for reservation in Madhya Pradesh. And upload certificates. The certificates mentioned are over here. You can just pause and look at the certificate. Especially for those candidates who are applying as domicile, you will have to submit a certificate that you are not, affidavit saying that you are not claiming domicile in any other state. And registration fee, complete the payment and download the registration receipt. The list of certificates that are required are mentioned over here. Whatever is to be uploaded as PDF for registration is mentioned over here. These need to be uploaded as PDF. Get these certificates ready now before the registration process. The registration usually starts at the time of All India Round 1 only, but still the notifications and everything will be out earlier. At the time of All India Round 1, obviously you will be busy with All India Round 1 choice filling as well. So get all these certificates ready in PDF format. When you are going to the institute at the time of admissions, you will need a few more certificates like NEET PG scorecard, date of birth proof, and income certificate in case it is relevant for fee concession or MBBS degree certificate, and Aadhaar card registration certificate, etc. So these will be required only at the time of, some of these, whatever is not mentioned as to be uploaded will be required only at the time of admissions. You can take those. Seat leaving bond is required at the time of admissions. You will be asked to produce a seat leaving bond. There is an option of a 500 rupee affidavit against that instead of producing that, but usually it is always better that you carry a seat leaving bond. Note that this bonds become applicable only after round 2. If you are still continuing after round 2. After MP state round 1, if you move on to a different institute, these bonds will not be applicable. The bond penalty will not be applicable. Now we come to the round-wise application and eligibility. This is a very, very tricky thing as far as Madhya Pradesh is concerned. Note that at any point in time in Madhya Pradesh, if you are allotted in a seat in round 1, round 2 or mop-up, this is in brief. If you are allotted a seat and you don't join the seat, you will not be eligible for any further rounds. So very clearly, you are allotted a seat in Madhya Pradesh in state round 1 or state round 2 or mop-up. You don't join, that is the end of Madhya Pradesh counselling for you. Similarly, if you are allotted a seat, you join the seat and you are able to resign the seat. This is possible before round 2 starts, 2 days before the round 2 starts. Then after resignation, you will not be eligible for Madhya Pradesh any round counselling. So that is a straightforward thing. That is the first thing that you need to remember. Last year, there is a small change over here. We will highlight that for you. There is a reason for the change as well. Hope it is visible back. So the reason for the change as well, last year, so registration is possible in the first round. Madhya Pradesh rules state that round 2 there is no fresh registration. Usually, prior to last year, there was no fresh registration in round 2. So if you are an other state domicile candidate looking for the non-domicile states finally which come in, you will have to register in round 1 for Madhya Pradesh, but round 1 you will not be able to fill in choices. Similarly, any candidate who wants to participate in Madhya Pradesh has to register in round 1, and then you in case you miss that chance, you will not be eligible for round 2. But last year, since there was a reduced cutoff based eligibility before state round 2, after all India round 2 was over, they notified the reduced cutoff based eligibility. They opened up, MP opened up the round 2 registrations again. This is a one time thing possibly over the last few years, and whether this will happen or not, we are not sure. Whether when they will release the reduced cutoff, we are also not sure about this year. But they opened up and all candidates were able to register along with the reduced cutoff based eligible candidates. But note that, don't rely on that. Go ahead and register right from round 1 in case you are looking at round 1, in case you are looking at Madhya Pradesh State Counselling. Who will be not eligible for second round? For the first round, everyone was registered as eligible. Second round, there is a caution deposit that needs to be given. For instance, if you are participating in the second round, you will have to pay a security deposit of 25,000 for government quota and or 12,500 if you are SC, ST or OBC candidates, and you will have to deposit 2 lakhs for private institute, availing private institute choices. Now, if you deposit 2 lakhs, only then you will get the private institute choices in round 2, or you are eligible only for the government quota seats if you deposit 25,000. If you don't, this is required only at the time of round 2. Round 1, you don't need to provide a security deposit in Madhya Pradesh. Only those candidates who actually make the security deposit payment will be eligible for round 2 of Madhya Pradesh. Anyone who was allotted in round 1 and did not join the seat, round 1 joined the seat and resigned the seat, or round 1 joined the seat and did not provide willingness for round 2 at the time of admission, round 1 admission, they will not be eligible for round 2 of Madhya Pradesh. Similarly, any all India round 2 joint candidate will also not be eligible. That is straightforward. You would already know that the first rule of entire counselling is all India round 2 joint candidates are not eligible for any other seat. That is a final seat, so they will not be eligible for Madhya Pradesh 2. And Madhya Pradesh round 3 happens in a similar format. Anybody who has been allotted a seat in round 1 or round 2 and did not join or resigned will not be eligible for round 3 of Madhya Pradesh. Now, one critical thing is Madhya Pradesh is one state which allowed flexibility in 2 rules. In round 3 mop-up of last year, Madhya Pradesh had some confusion. Initially, they actually published the allotment list even before All India mop-up allotment was published. It was cancelled in the Supreme Court. But post that, there were 2 relaxations compared to what actually the rules mention and compared to what many other states do. One is round 2 joint candidates. Anybody who was allotted in round 2 is holding a seat. They were eligible for upgradation in Madhya Pradesh round 3. There were around 8 to 9 candidates, at least minimum, who had upgraded to better seats in round 3. Possibly more than that, we will come up with the numbers later. So this is something that no state allows except for 2 or 3 states, because state round 2 joint candidates are not eligible for further rounds is the rule, Supreme Court based order. But Madhya Pradesh allowed that. So whether it will happen this year, we don't know, but it was possible. Second is Madhya Pradesh allowed all India mop-up allotted candidates to be allotted in state mop-up, which is Madhya Pradesh mop-up. There were around at least 7-8 candidates here who were allotted in all India mop-up and participated in Madhya Pradesh mop-up. There is a confusion regarding this rule. Some states allow, some states don't allow. Madhya Pradesh allowed last year. Wait for this year's rule. They don't have it as part of the PG regulations as such. As an all India mop-up allotted are not eligible, they may take a decision on at the beginning of the round in case there is a deviation. So it is a very tricky thing as far as Madhya Pradesh is concerned. And the last round of Madhya Pradesh, very clearly, it is a college level counselling, and there is no fresh registration. It is an offline round at institute level. You go to the institute, but the choices and the details of all the candidates who have applied for these counselings, and the seats that are available will be available online with updates of how many have joined the seat at the institute, etc. So this will give you an indication of what seats are available in which institute, whether to go to a particular institute, etc. But within those 2-3 days, you will have to manage it accordingly. Though data is available, data would be available in the portal for the college level round, or there was no stray round last year because of timeline. They had already had their mop-up cancellation, and there was a huge issue around that delay because of that mop-up cancellation. And choice filling, allotment, joining and upgradation. So here we already mentioned to you that anybody who did not join in round 2 was eligible for anybody who did not join in round 1 or round 2 of Madhya Pradesh, they are not eligible for further rounds. So that needs to be very, very clear. Fill in your choices properly. There is fresh choice filling in round 1, round 2 mop-up. So you will have all the choices. You can completely rework on your choices right from scratch in round 2 and round 3, even though you have filled in earlier choices earlier in the earlier rounds. Now, penalty, when it is applicable, penalty will be applicable only if you resign a seat, a joint seat, 2 days, there will be a deadline provided, which is 2 days before the start of round 2 of Madhya Pradesh. Till that timeline, you will be able to resign your seat. The query is, Madhya Pradesh state round 1, I have joined a seat. I am going for All India round 2. If I get a seat in All India round 2, will I be able to resign my seat? Yes. MP will confuse you with timelines. MP will tell you that this is the last date, but they will extend it till 2 days before the start of Madhya Pradesh round 2. When will Madhya Pradesh round 2 start? After All India round 2 results are done, after a few days, there will be a deadline for this resignation, and after that, you will have the Madhya Pradesh round 2 happening. So, for an All India, better All India round 2 seat, you will always be able to resign your Madhya Pradesh state round 1 seat. Every state will allow that. If they don't allow that, there will be no movement in MP state round 2. They know that this is what causes movements, and that is what benefits the state candidates. So for All India round 2, you will be able to resign. In case you resign your seat beyond that deadline, let us say after Madhya Pradesh state round 2 starts, the choice filling starts or registration starts, then you will have to pay a penalty. The penalty is of the tune of 30 lakhs. Be very clear about the penalty. Note that Madhya Pradesh penalty is one state where the penalty is higher than the penalty for discontinuation is higher than the service bond penalty. Note that this is 30 lakhs, and every round choice locking is mandatory. You can't save your choices and say that I have submitted my saved my choices. All India has auto locking. Madhya Pradesh does not have auto locking. You will have to lock your choices in every round so that they are during the allotment process, these choices are processed. Now, finally, we will look at fees for Madhya Pradesh state quotas PG medical seats. The fee was increased a bit last year for certain states. Towards the end, actually, Aurobindo also increased their fee structures. We will update that in the portal. This was towards the end of round 2, around that timeline of round 2. The registration is a simple registration in round 1, no security deposit to be paid. In round 2, if you are looking only at government colleges, you will have to pay a security deposit of 25k or 12,500 depending upon the category you belong to. For private colleges, you will have to pay a security deposit of 2 lakhs. Choice filling is possible in round 2 only after security deposit payment. And note that any candidate who has been admitted in round 1 need not pay this security deposit amount as far as round 2 is concerned. Mop-up round, everybody has to pay a security deposit of 2 lakhs if you are going to participate in mop-up round. Note that it was 25,000 for government seats over here. Everybody has to pay 2 lakhs. In case you are looking for a government seat too, you have to pay 2 lakhs in the mop-up round, and choice filling is possible only after the security deposit payment. For NRI candidates, this amount is 10 lakhs. In case you don't take a seat after allotment in round 2 or after allotment in mop-up, you will not get the security deposit back. So this is towards that ensuring that right choices are filled. Tuition fee, government tuition fee is around 1 lakh. There is a admission fee of 10,000 etc. 1 lakh 14,000 it comes to in the first round, but tuition fee is actually 1 lakh per annum, and you can pay through credit card, net banking etc. CLC, for CLC you have to submit the fee at the institute either as DD or any other mode as mentioned by the institute. Deduction within resignation timeline. So we said that before round 2, 2 days before the start of MP state round 2, there will be a resignation deadline for your round 1 seats. If you resign, then only 10% of the fee paid to the private institute will be deducted, not more than that, and you will get your remaining amount. maximum deduction will be 10,000 only. If NRI seat, then 25,000 is deducted. So this is a possible deduction that happens in every counseling. And penalty for leaving the seat, 30 lakhs is the penalty in case you discontinue the seat. 3 years debarment for degree courses. So be very clear, for private medical colleges, in case your resignation is after the start of the after the end of the admission process, seat lapses 3 years, or even after round 2, you might have to pay 3 years complete fee structure, the entire fee for the 3-year duration. So be very clear about it. The fee structure is mentioned over here for government institutes. 1 lakh as a fee structure, and private institutes for pre-clinicals it is from 7.5 lakhs to 9.5 lakhs. Paraclinicals it is 4.5 lakhs. Some institutes do reduce the fee structure at a later point in time, very rarely, but that happens. And then clinicals it is 13.5 to 18 lakhs. I think for dermatology or certain courses it was increased for Aurobindo and a few institutes. We'll come back to you on that. It was around 22 lakhs, I think. So just we'll update that anyways for this year. And finally, on service bond and penalty, degree 1 year 10 lakhs is the service bond. Now there will be a lot of confusion on this. There will be candidates claiming that the bond penalty is 30 lakhs, service bond is 30 lakhs, that they confuse it with the discontinuation penalty. You are discontinuing a course before the end of the 3rd year, then you pay 30 lakhs. Your bond is for 1 year, and the bond penalty in case you don't serve the bond is 10 lakhs. For service candidates alone, the bond is 5 years 50 lakhs. This will also get confused with the all India quota, state quota candidates. Other than in service, any candidate does a course in Madhya Pradesh state government institutes, then the penalty is 1 year or 10 lakhs. And the course discontinuation penalty, as we mentioned, is 30 lakhs. Now there is another confusion that has been added on, which is the 3-year 20 lakh bond. Madhya Pradesh also has NBE Diploma courses. These are in government institutes in Madhya Pradesh, and these are taken by either all India candidates under all India quota or state government candidates. What are these seats? NBE Diploma, not MDMS. NBE Diploma seats in government hospitals primarily. Those have a 2-year 30 lakhs bond. Note, that is completely different from the MDMS seats in the Madhya Pradesh state government quota counseling. So the NBE Diploma seats either allotted to in-service candidates or to all India quota candidates, those only have a 2-year 30 lakhs bond. For all India quota and state quota candidates taking MD, MS, PG diploma courses in government medical colleges, which are under National Medical Commission, under the University of Madhya Pradesh, those seats will have a 1 year 10 lakhs bond. The stipend is as mentioned, so this is the stipend, and that is pretty much what we have now. What we would suggest is, see, most of the queries on these state counselings we are answering in the Telegram groups. There is a Telegram group available for all India counselling and the state counselling. I hope the Telegram group links are available now. So you will be able to join those Telegram groups through the links available. Just join them, and you can also look at ZyNerd on how to look at data. We'll just pause for a moment, and then we'll let you know how to look at Madhya Pradesh data in detail in ZyNerd. Can I go ahead? Okay. Okay, so fine. Okay, so we'll look at how you will be able to look at information for Madhya Pradesh from ZyNerd. See, Madhya Pradesh is straightforward, not many quotas, many confusions regarding the quotas that are available basically. You can go into closing ranks and select Madhya Pradesh counseling for Madhya Pradesh state quota seats, state government quota seats, and the private seats of Madhya Pradesh. If you're looking at central, the all India quota seats, you will have to go to central all India counseling and then select state as Madhya Pradesh. What are we looking at now? We are not looking at all India quota seats, we are looking at Madhya Pradesh state counseling for which MP MBBS candidates are eligible and MP domicile candidates are eligible. For that, you go to Madhya Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh PG Medical Law. The entire structure in ZyNerd is clearly split counseling wise, because you have to understand that each counseling is separate and each registration is separate. Now you go into Madhya Pradesh PG Medical Counseling and select primarily the quota that you are interested in. Government quota is the basic, all the government seats which are available under Madhya Pradesh. So you'll see all the government institute seats under Madhya Pradesh under the government quota. And second, if you're looking at private institute seats, just select private institute open quota. We haven't classified it as domicile, non-domicile, because it is on a priority basis. We look at that in the category. So you select Madhya Pradesh government quota and now currently change it to all India rank. Because you only have the all India rank, you can change the counseling rank to all India rank, from counseling rank to all India rank. But once the merit list of Madhya Pradesh is published, you can change it to counseling rank, which is the state rank of Madhya Pradesh. There will be two ranks available. One is a state rank and another is the common merit list rank. If you are an MP, MBBS, MP domicile, the state rank, which is what is relevant. The common merit list rank is only relevant because required because there are other non-domicile candidates. Don't get confused with it. All the data that is available here is based on the state merit list rank for MP, MBBS or MP domicile candidates. Once you go in, you selected MP government quota. 2022 you can select if you wish to. You can also look at 2021 in case you are interested, and select general medicine in case you are interested in whatever course you are interested in. Just select that and you will be able to see the closing ranks of all general medicine seats in Madhya Pradesh. You will be eligible for a particular category or quota, right? So let us say you are eligible for UR. Select UR X OP. Now there is a lot of confusion on what this categorization means. We'll explain it to you in detail. The first, you will have a category slash X or PH slash OP or OP service. Now that is how the entire list of categories have been defined, as you can see over here. First thing refers to the category that you belong to. EWS, OBC, SC, ST are the categories that you belong to, or UR is the category that you belong to. Second, the term after the first slash refers to whether there is a specific classification for your category. So these, for instance, here you see PH, which refers to persons with disabilities, and then you see NRI, which refers to NRI candidates. If you don't belong to PWD category or NRI category, you will select X as the second one. And then the third one refers to service or non-service. If you belong to service category, 30% seats are reserved for you, so you will also be eligible for the service seats. Let us say there is a candidate who is an UR candidate who does not belong to PWD or NRI and does not belong to service. What does the candidate need to select? UR X OP. Now you will be able to see the entire information of all general medicine seats, which ranks they closed it as far as UR X OP candidates are concerned. You will see that the last seat that closed was at 5880 over here at round 3. In round 2, you will be able to check all the seats. Similarly, instantly you will be able to check for every seat. All candidates are eligible for UR seats. Let us say you are an EWS candidate, you will select EWS XOP as well. In case you are a service candidate, you will select service as such, and you will be able to see every course and every information. Let us say you want to look at private institute seats, just select private institute seats, open quota, and you will be able to see that. Oh, you want to know where anesthesiology closed, you will be able to see the entire list of seats. I am, let us say, in a rank range of 60,000 plus, then you can possibly look at 55,000 plus, and any seat that closed about 55,000, you will be able to filter out all the seats that closed above 55,000. See, look at the fact that you will be able to see the exact fee structure for last year, which has been updated over here. We will also be updating any changes for 2023 in ZyNerd, and you will also be able to see the stipend that is offered along with the bond years and the bond penalty, which is clearly mentioned over here. Now this, we have tried to collate it for maximum institutes possible. It has been a tough job, but we have been able to do that to an extent. If still there are changes, we will update it for this session. Finally, for non-domicile candidates are not eligible only for NRI quota and open quota, which we know of. So I select NRI and open quota. Category is UR non-domicile. You are not basically, this is non-domicile and non-MBBS. MBBS candidates are eligible through domicile itself, so you will select URX OP because you are from a if you are from a different state. But non-domicile, not a domicile of Madhya Pradesh, not an MBBS from Madhya Pradesh, such candidates will select these quotas and select UR non-domicile. You will see that only very few seats were allotted under UR non-domicile, and it was in 2022. You see that one anesthesiology seat was allotted in round 2, and three anesthesiology seats were allotted in round 2 at later ranks. These might be the possibilities that you have as far as UR non-domicile is concerned. Like we said, most of them are clinical seats. Around 9 or 10 seats have been allotted, and you are seeking UR non-domicile. We'll also be looking at seats allotted below this. Yeah. So around 11 seats have been allotted is what has in total. And you will also be seeing your NRI in case you want to look at NRI seats in Madhya Pradesh. These were the seats that were allotted. You will see that there's one seat that was allotted in general medicine and a few in radio diagnosis, but the fee structure is pretty high for NRI seats. Almost 3 times is the logic that MP uses, 3 times the defined fee structure, and that is why they have been allotted. So in case you are looking at NRI seats, then it makes a little bit of sense to come back and attend Madhya Pradesh state quota counseling. For non-domicile who are not NRI, then it might be a little difficult to get clinical seats. But still, even if you think there is a minor chance you want to take an anesthesiology seat or take a chance, go ahead and apply. The registration fee is just 1,100. Your security deposit will be returned back in case you are not allotted, you are allotted a seat and you join, or you are not allotted a seat at all. You will get the security deposit back. So you can go ahead and apply even if there is a minor chance of seats. So that is pretty much. Have a look at ZyNerd. We have complete information on everything. We have already started uploading the announcements which are coming up, and this will help you throughout the counseling process. In case you're using ZyNerd, do refer us to your friends who might benefit out of this entire portal. You have any queries on eligibility rules, regulations, etc., like we did for Madhya Pradesh in detail, in thorough, looking at the data of last year's complete counseling, who was eligible, what seats were allotted, etc. We go till the last level because we are the source of all information, and we pull out information, and when we pull out, we know everything about the data of NEET PG. If you are interested, join ZyNerd. If you still have any queries, you can always call us on this number, on the support number mentioned in the website. We'll be able to help you out. If you're a subscriber, we have a separate call support which is available for subscribers too, where we directly answer calls. The subject matter experts answer calls on eligibility rules, regulations, etc. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any queries, we'll just quickly look at the queries in case there are any. If you have any queries, you can actually post them. Why is there no mop-up in Karnataka state counseling? See, mop-up allotments are not published. We have a limitation in ZyNerd. We upload all the allotments, and the mop-up round counseling, the closing ranks automatically are picked up. Mop-up, and in fact in round 1 and round 2 allotment, we have sourced it by spending 3-4 days effort of our entire team in pulling out every information. You have the Karnataka allotments today because ZyNerd has pulled in the entire data for R1 and R2 by manually picking up the data. That is the reason why Karnataka data is available. Round 1, round 2 for the last 2 years is available. Mop-up, they do not share the allotments at all. The closing ranks are available for this year's mop-up alone. It was shared only for 2022. So we are trying to figure a way out where we will be able to pull out every allotments by going through every state's admitted candidates list. It is like 2000 allotments. We are trying to go through that and we are trying to provide the right data where allotments are also available. The problem with the closing ranks is that, let us say there are 5 seats which are allotted in mop-up. You have only 1 rank which is the closing rank, which we can update within a day or 2, but we don't want to give that. We will give that probably in 2 weeks time. If we are unable to do that, we will upload the round 3 of Karnataka as is from the Karnataka PDFs. Even that PDF has issues. That is why we are trying to validate it. Multiple candidates who are in the admitted list in the institute through mop-up round have not been part. The closing ranks are not reflecting their names, which is again a challenge that we are facing. We are trying to sort this out for you. because Karnataka Examinations Authority is not transparent about the entire thing. We are trying to get that information. We'll get that. It will take some time. When we get it, we'll tell you whether it is 100% authentic, or you might need, there is a workaround saying only mop-up closing ranks are available as mentioned by Karnataka. So we'll let you know that there is a lot of effort going into that. And the next question is on yeah, that is pretty much. I don't think there are any questions on Madhya Pradesh. We had one query on the All India mop-up allotted candidates being eligible for Madhya Pradesh mop-up earlier. We've answered that there are candidates who have been allotted. Madhya Pradesh interpretation is so, but we are yet to figure out how exactly they'd be interpreting this year. We'll just check on that and get back. We are going with the data. Basically, All India mop-up allotted candidates have been allotted in Madhya Pradesh state mop-up after the cancellation and the final allotment of Madhya Pradesh state mop-up. That has happened. So we are going ahead with the data irrespective of whatever Madhya Pradesh notifications are. They have been allotted. That has happened. So that is pretty much. I think do follow us. We will have a separate session on open states over this weekend or the next week beginning. We are coming up with a feature where you will be able to look at all open states together in a single page, which is something which will be really helpful. We have been working on it for a long time. It takes a lot of effort, but we are doing that. Possibly by this weekend, we will be able to finish that and share that information with you, which will make it extremely easy for you. If you're looking at open states, please do look at that as well. I think there's one more query the team mentions. What is the expected time of counseling? So we are also waiting for the expected time of counseling. We believe that there is no reason for MCC to delay it beyond June is what we believe. May end or June mid is what we believe. In case MCC is delaying it, it is delaying it not because of any rule or regulations. They have only after the counseling starts, it will be 2 months before the course commencement. So in June mid, even if they start, they will commence the course only in August after All India round 2 is over. At that point in time, everybody would have completed their internship, but we don't know why there is a delay. We expect that they do it properly because they wanted everything to, the entire reason for not postponement, etc., was to ensure that the timelines are go back to the earlier timelines. They adjust for that. We've asked candidates to be ready by June or May end or June mid. In case many of them, but however, will believe that it will be only in July. Many of the coaching centers are also mentioning that it will be in July, but please be ready by June mid. In case we are wrong, that is fine. You will still have 1 month for preparation. But in case NMC goes ahead with it, at least you will be prepared for June mid. Just be ready for that. Knowing that there is no confirmation till now. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for watching. Do refer us and do log into ZyNerd. You have any queries, you can always contact.